Before going into today's topic, we just want to say thank you. We've just crossed 100 subscribers, guys. 100 subscribers.
Thank you.
Every single subscriber.
Everyone thank you very much for your support.
Thank you as well.
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm fine. 2025 has been quite the year. Every day, from the 1st of January till today, there's one news coming. Nigeria, especially the US, has its own. There's just something going on. Today we're going to talk about a war that has been brewing between these two guys. As you know, in the red corner, the red corner,
we have the man himself, the phenomenon, the controversial,
No further introduction. You probably know who we're talking about. He talks a lot. He has his platform. He has his days where he does social justice. He also has his days where he does physical justice as well. And in the blue corner, allow me, do the justice in the blue corner so that we have
in the blue corner, Alhaji,
the
romantic,
Alhaji,
very focused Alhaji, the lover boy himself, Nedu.
These two guys, they're doing their thing. Different spheres, but Nedu, fantastic entertainer. No, he's done radio, he's done skits, and he's in the podcast world. So what happened? Perhaps I should just give a recap.
I think
I should give a recap.
Break it down. So I like the way you break down stories. So Yemi is a pretty good storyteller. So Yemi, please, let's go.
I try. So this war, there's a war, guys. Don't even miss it. But it's not the kind of war that they are fighting in Ukraine and Russia. It's not that kind of war. So don't say we said that kind of war. It's a different kind of war.
So before you go on, let me just break something down to you people. Yemi is on top of the news. Yemi is the one that breaks things down. He's the one that sends me a message. Have you heard what's going on in Nigeria? No, I live in Lagos. I live in Nigeria. Yemi lives in the abroad, in the diaspora. But Yemi is the one that sort of prompts me. Oh, have you seen what's going on here? Have you seen what's going on there? Yemi probably knows what's going on in my house more than I do. At this rate. Actually, Yemi, do you?
No, I don't. No.
Are you sure?
No. It all started a couple of weeks ago. A comedian called D1, a Niger comedian, he used to be on Big Brother Nigeria. He went on the Honest Bunch podcast, a podcast chaired by Nedu and a few other people, and he was there to talk about reality TV, which was apt because, like I said, he used to be in Big Brother. But around, I can't remember when in that podcast, but they had talked about different things. And then Nedu asked him about VeryDarkMan. He said, "Oh, my guy, VeryDarkMan." Asked him a direct question. And D1 said, "No, I don't want to talk about that guy this year. I've said I don't want to talk about him." And Nedu kind of goaded him by saying, "You're here now. So you're here. That's the title of the show, is Honest Bunch. You can't come here and not be honest." So D1 now made some remarks about VDM being gay, and he said some other stuff about the foundation money and some other stuff. He said a whole bunch of stuff. And then VDM obviously heard it because everywhere was on fire on the internet when D1 said that thing. And then VDM came back for him. But VDM didn't come back for him. VDM went for Nedu, which was surprising. But he went for Nedu. And he said he knows why Nedu is doing this. He knows why Nedu is doing this. That Nedu invited him to the show severally and he declined. Nedu offered to buy him a car. He declined. Nedu called him severally. He declined. And he inferred that Nedu called somebody he knew that he and that guy had issues in the past to come on the show to almost like to get back at him. So VeryDarkMan did his thing on his show, And after that, VeryDarkMan also now made some statements about the way Nedu operated on the show in terms of with women, etc. And there was one particular lady that Nedu had something to do with, and the lady came out to say, no, I didn't have anything to do with him. And VDM had to call the lady and apologize to her. And then after that, D1 now, I think, went to TVC. But before he went to TVC, Glitch Studios obviously got a lot of the flack that was coming their way. Now, Glitch Studios is the owner of the Honest Bunch podcast. If you watch the Honest Bunch podcast, you see Glitch Studios, their logo. But before this whole thing happened, I thought Nedu was Glitch Studios. I thought it was his platform. And then Glitch Studios came out with a statement to say they were parting ways. I was like, huh? Parting ways, K? What's going on? And Nedu said, oh, he's stepping down from the show. He needs to go and sort out all this stuff because obviously it's all, a lot of stuff coming his way. So Nedu stepped down. So when Nedu stepped down, D1 came out with another statement to say, he was calling everybody, he called Pasuma, like, what's Pasuma going to, he even called Two-Face, that Two-Face show. I said, Two-Face that they were looking for.
That's
the other.
his own problems.
That's got his own problem, Bring Two-Face into this and called a whole bunch of people to basically get Nedu back his job, that type of stuff. And after that, TVC invited D1.
I was the one who set a trap
on to their studio, and then D1 doubled down on the gay statement and doubled down on some other things, alleging that VeryDarkMan was fraudulent in a way, etc. And then VeryDarkMan now came out and said he also has to go on TVC. He has to go because this thing is now national. See, me, as you said, I'm not in Nigeria, but TVC is discussing this kind of war. Meanwhile, there's a real war of hunger in Nigeria, but let's pack that one for one side. We'll pack that one to one side and continue the gist, right? The guy shall give this guy his platform. VDM said, I want to be on that same platform. I need to be able to defend myself. So TVC did the honors a couple of days ago and invited VDM to come to their studios. And that will happen on the 22nd of February. Let me just say, I will be monitoring. But if I'm monitoring, he's monitoring. He has no choice. Because he will carry my call. When I call, I'm one of the people who call me. He doesn't call. He's a very busy man who doesn't pick everybody's call, but he picks my call. I say, allow me, this is important. He knows that. He will try and prioritize and come back to me. Anyways, that is the recap of the story. Allow me. Over to you.
As usual.
Do you need a moment?
Yeah.
Guys, subscribe, like, share, please help our ministry. Mommy.
Just drink some water.
Drink some water. No, take a moment. No, seriously, take a moment. Drink some water. Sip some water.
Right. Now. Yeah. Okay.
Fantastic.
First I heard of this thing, of course, was you telling me, have you seen what's going on with VDM? I was like, VDM again? Like, I'm sorry, is that news? Because, okay, look, to me, it's always, these two guys are always in the news every week. It's either VDM is in the news for something or Portable is in the news for something,
Portable.
So when I hear...
We'll talk about him another time.
When I hear there's Wala and it's VDM, I'm looking, okay. Or it's Portable. So it's not a big deal. Okay. All right, this guy's again. All right, so cannot to show. And then they said VDM attacked some guy. I think you sent me a video to watch. You sent me a link or something. So I watched it, then read a couple of articles about it. And it's really funny. This is all things they're worrying about in this economic. Okay.
In this economy.
You don't know, Papa, clearly. Anyway. So, I shall read the thing. I'm like, wait, hold on. So they said that VDM is gay. And he was angry Didn't VDM admit that he gave somebody a hand job? Hold on. Before you start promoting Mr. Don King, hold on first. I didn't imagine that, did I? I didn't imagine it, right? Like, he actually did say that he gave a man a hand job, right? Didn't he?
In a past life, I think he said in a past life.
So look,
he admitted it. Of course.
Okay, so then why is it such a big deal now if somebody then says, oh, that in 2025, how is somebody calling somebody gay a big deal in 2025? There probably was things, All right, there was that things, all right, but
way was that.
But okay, all right. They say you are gay, but I watched something on TV today. Was it Arise or TVC or something? One of these shows where I think Professor Bolaji Akinyemi was talking about this USAID thing, and he said something at the beginning. He said 2 + 2 is 4. Sometimes I don't want to tell you the answer is 4. And so I will just tell you it's 2 + 2. And you should be able to infer 4 from that for yourself now. Okay. So, bros, you happened to admit a while ago that you had a same-sex experience. Okay. And someone's not saying that you're so inclined. I feel like we're making it a big deal because we came back to retaliate. I just keep quiet. But I understand. So maybe it's now a place of sensitivity now that maybe he really wants to be certain that image is not out there. This issue of, maybe he's not, maybe it's a sore spot. Maybe
in a very bad
sore spot. Maybe after admitting what he admitted, people have now said it to his face or about him one too many times, and he now feels the need to actively reject it, repudiate the suggestion. Okay, fine. Okay. But then, if D1 was the one that said, the guy's name is D1, right?
D1,
So, if it was D1 that said VDM is gay, why did VDM go after Nedu? That's my first question. Why? Because it wasn't Nedu that said these things, right?
No, they didn't say it.
In the clip that I watched, I think Nedu said, I don't know about that too. Like, I didn't know anything about that. So why are you so angry with the man who, and look, these shows thrive on controversy. So if you're on the couch in my studio and you're making an explosive comment about somebody else, about a celebrity, I'm not going to interrupt you. It's good for ratings. Please continue talking. Because you have your mouth, right? They can sue you for slander or libel, whatever would apply in this case. I guess it's because it's spoken the slander, right? If that's what you're saying, then okay, sue him. Why are you attacking Nedu now? That I didn't get. Or look, before I go on, I mean, as usual, I'm talking too much. What do you think? Tell me your own side of this thing.
I see it differently. I'll tell you why.
Please.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
So when you say someone's your guy publicly,
Who's your guy?
When you say someone's your guy, your friend, your close friend, etc., and you tell the person that is on your show that someone's your guy, and that person immediately says they don't want to talk about that guy this year. They've drawn a line under the sand. And the next thing is, oh, you are here now. You might as well talk about it. So that buttresses what you said around it was for views. And then in that whole 2-hour or 3-hour video, that clip, which was not about reality TV, was what they used as a trailer. And of course, it got the desired effect, because if you go and look at the views, it plenty gone. You understand? So it got the desired effect. So I think VDM has a point in that he's saying you goaded this guest. If this guest had said it naturally, if the natural flow of the conversation led to D1 just going after this guy, after VDM, maybe VDM wouldn't have reacted. But from his own perspective, because let's look at this thing in a balanced way. From his own perspective, he's looking at it that this guy clearly told you didn't want to talk about him, and you goaded him till he spoke and he said, so you were the one that caused him to say these things about me. Although he's responsible for his own mouth and what comes out of his mouth, but you accelerated the process by goading him. And now he revealed the things that he said around Nedu wanting him desperately to come on the show. And he refused, which Nedu hasn't refuted till date. Well, Nedu hasn't really spoken apart from the statement he made around taking a break. So for now, we'll take that as VDM's words until Nedu comes back. But if there was a prior issue between both of them around coming on the show, not coming on the show, you can see where he's coming from in that. Is it because I did not want to come on your show? Because you and I will probably agree, allow me, that if you had gone on the show at some point, the ratings would have been crazy because this guy doesn't do interviews. I can't remember any interviews done, and it's big in Nigeria, as you know. So if he goes on Tuesday,
definitely big.
If he goes on Tuesday, or if he goes on Honest Bunch or any podcast in Nigeria, that I can guarantee you is probably going to get close to 500,000 views. Close. So I can see the mathematics behind really wanting him to come. So that's I'm seeing it. I mean, I'm seeing it from that angle. The angle you're coming from too makes sense. I think the angle I'm coming from hopefully makes sense as well. That's my take.
Yeah, it does make sense. But okay, so I goad you into talking about someone. I goad you. I'm not the one that said it now.
Simple.
Still not.
You're not the one that said it.
Yes.
No.
So he's not upset. In fact, let me just understand something. He's not upset that they called him gay. That's actually not what he's upset about. No. He's not upset that they called him gay. I just hit me now. He's actually not complaining that they called him gay. He's upset because Nedu is his friend, right? For bringing this guy onto the show.
To say those things. And he has said anybody that has called him gay should bring out receipts. Should bring out evidence.
So he complained about that. So he complained about that.
No, he has addressed it. He addressed it. No, he didn't sweep it under the carpet. He said bring receipts.
Okay.
You have to have a picture. You have to have some kind of, something to show that.
Which is valid.
Which I think is valid. Which I think is valid. So he has addressed it.
You're back to that sore spot again. You're back to that sore spot now. So it's a sore spot.
That's what you're saying.
Right? It's a sore spot. Fire.
So where do you think where do you see all this going? Because now he's going to national TV now. The one has spoken. This guy is going to go and defend himself or say some other things. Recently, he was talking about he's going to reveal some fraud allegations on Nedu. So Nedu doesn't seem to be catching a break at the moment because I think it's two-sided. There are people that have come out in the last few days and have spoken glowingly about Nedu. Glowingly. I've said he's really helped them. Guys have said when they first came into the studio, into the skit world and podcast world, Nedu was there for them. Tons of advice, tons of money. This guy, Josh Too Funny, was on his show and was talking about how he got stranded in London and his hotel kicked him out. And Nedu called him and paid for 2 nights at a hotel in London. And Josh Too Funny was very appreciative of Nedu stepping in and making sure he wasn't in the cold.
Stranded,
London can be cold. You understand? But then you had other people come out as well to say, no, this guy, this is how he is. and he can be arrogant, he can be this. So it's kind of like mixed. But isn't that the case with most human beings?
His detractors or his critics.
Precisely. Yeah, precisely.
So I mean, and then this is now cost. It's now cost Nedu.
It's somebody's job.
His job, his livelihood.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. His livelihood.
I mean, not the end, but still, I mean, because
he never stopped making skits.
He never stopped making skits, did he?
I'm not sure. I think he still makes skits. So
I guess we just go back.
He's a businessman. He has other interests as well. He's a businessman. Yeah. Yes, he'll be fine. And I hope he comes back with a bang. They all squash. I hope they all squash all this. And
I hope they squash. I hope they resolve it.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good.
It'll be nice for them to resolve it. It can't.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't end like this. And
once I saw how Glitch even. I mean, let's even talk about the resignation. What is your take? There are two quarters. You have people saying Glitch Studios fired him. You also have people saying, nope, that's not what happened. Nedu resigned. So, of course, without seeing the contract he signed with Glitch Studios, it'll be inappropriate for us to comment on what happened. So if a statement has come out that he's resigned, we're just going to have to take it that he's resigned. But do you think with the allegations at Nedu, Glitch was well in their rights to say, just sort yourself out for now, because that could have an impact on the show, have an impact on the show's viewing, and we don't want to be associated as that podcaster, our host is doing things that are untoward. Well, what's your take?
If you have allegations against you, speak to your integrity, particularly as it relates to how you do your job.
Yeah.
And allegations of a casting couch. I mean, the kind of allegations that were made, casting couch allegations.
They're grave.
Yeah, I mean, it borders on sexual abuse. If you're extorting, if you're saying to people, I mean, those are the allegations. Allegedly,
yeah.
He was what what's this thing now? Demanding sexual favors in exchange for professional roles or something of that nature. Okay. And at that point, yes, everything you touch becomes tainted.
Absolutely.
So the suggestion would be this job, even this podcast that you run, the guests that come on here with you, the guests that are here in your studio, the other people that are in the cast on air, I mean, I guess it can sully the brand. It can sully the brand. Now, if you own the brand, like if the brand belonged to you, then you can write it out. But if it's somebody else's brand, then, and most of these media type, journalistic type roles have morality clauses in there.
I was going to say that, but you beat me to it. Please speak on it, bro. Speak on it.
So I mean, I don't know about Nigeria, but US, UK, that there are morality clauses in a lot of these entertainment contracts. And so if you do anything that brings if it's a network or brings your employers into disrepute, you will be fired or asked to resign. So in this case, it's sort of logical. It's unfortunate. It's
very unfortunate. I was going to add that. Very unfortunate.
And, we wish it didn't come to that. It is what it is. You now pray that it's not a case of an innocent man being accused falsely.
Yeah.
Because you get all these stories of women falsely accusing a man of raping them.
Yeah.
No such thing happened.
Yeah.
It's not to say that men do not commit rapes.
Yep,
that's not what I'm saying.
Yep.
Rape is a hideous thing. It is a hideous crime.
Despicable.
It's a despicable crime to take someone's autonomy over their bodies,
and their humanity.
It's the absolute worst thing you can do to a human being. And this is not to denigrate that in any way, to mock that in any way. No. But we do know that there are cases where somebody makes a false allegation.
Yep.
We know this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you now pray that this is not one of those. And you hear of stories where somebody makes an allegation and it ruins the life of the accused. People take their own lives, they lose their careers, people go to prison. So people die before they're ever exonerated.
They're blackballed.
The case of those teenagers in Central Park in the US.
The 5 guys.
Yeah, the 5 guys. Yeah, I mean, you know, so you hear of so many cases where people are accused of stuff falsely, and the accuser then recants the story, or it's exposed to be untrue. But the accused has lost their life. They've lost their career, their name, their family, their reputation. They've lost relationships. They're basically everything. Ruined.
Yeah, ruined.
Marriage is ruined, and so, and then you now hear, and then nothing happens to the accused or the accuser. Sorry, they just say, "I'm sorry."
If they
apologize, so they don't even apologize. It's just,
you know, the worst.
But you see, your apology can't fix it. You should actually go to prison if you make a false accusation against someone. Then actually you should deal with the same consequences that person would have dealt with if he had been guilty of that crime you accused him of, because you've raped his life. So if you're going to falsely accuse someone, then and they find out that you lied and that you misled law enforcement or whatever it is, and you.
So I was gonna add just now.
Let's go there.
What I just wanted to add was what you were just saying just now. I said one of the worst things is that some of these people are actually Jane Does or John Does, as the case may be, where the law protects them, the media protects them, the courts protect them. So that person's life is, you know, for the ones that are untrue, that person's the famous person or the more affluent person or whatever, that they go through the crap for those that have been falsely accused. And not only don't they get an apology, but the names and the identity of the person in question never gets exposed. The Jay-Z case is the case in point, where the lawyer of the young lady they've just, you know, withdrawn that case, and we still don't know the identity of the person because it's protected by law. The media won't bring it out because if they do, they're going to get sued. The state will sue them. But let's move away from that.
Also, wasn't that person a minor at the time that thing occurred?
Maybe that's why as well. Maybe that's why. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, person was a minor. Yeah,
I'm not sure. Anyway, okay.
Yeah, okay. Probably that's why. But the only other thing I wanted to add was a lot of the things that VeryDarkMan used. He said Nedu told him. He said Nedu told him. So there's now a question of, and he said they gossip about their guests on the show a lot. If that is true, then obviously it's not good for the brand. And the owner of the studio is going to be thinking, you know how it happens in some cases where if we have a guest on the show now, for example, we're not just going to go straight to lights, camera, action. We probably want to just gist with the guest and make the guest feel okay. So for the guest to now hear that we leaked some of the things that he or she told us in confidence elsewhere, obviously that's not a good thing. If that were true, if that was true, then obviously that could be one of the reasons as well, apart from the morality clause that you mentioned. So yeah.
And so you can see what the issues are and why the brand So it's bigger than just the morality clause, like you said. It's
possibly bigger.
So it goes to the heart of his professionalism now, to him in his job. Yeah, it's a shame.
Messy. Anyway,
I just pray that
Yeah,
What's
so
going
you
on?
through that.
No, let's go.
Yeah. So I said, anyways, if you're new or you're returning, you people come, you just watch, you don't subscribe. Why? Why would
Please
you
now,
in this new year? Eh?
give us like,
It costs you nothing now.
give us
Eh,
like,
please just give us that like, give us
give us that thumbs up.
a nice comment if you like. If there's
And then
part of what you said that
subscribe,
resonated with you, give
please.
us subscribe, comment, share on all your social media networks, WhatsApp, etc. We really appreciate each and every one of you.
Give us feedback, please. Give us feedback. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like.
Always looking to improve. Yeah, just let us know.
Just let us know, please. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much.
See you in the next one.